Hi, hello and welcome back to the Minecraft weather world here. So it's been a while since I've been in, and there's also been an update to the weather mod since. And I've also made a couple additions, such as the seasons mod, which should make things a bit more interesting. So we'll see how that goes. We can see it's early spring right now, and let me see. I was trying to see the settings for the seasons, but I don't remember the command to actually check the settings on it. Do have a storm rolling in here. Last time we finished up the house and got the start of machinery and stuff. I want to try and get some of the villagers from the other waypoint over here today, which will probably involve setting up a trip through the nether, I'm guessing. So that'll take a bit to set up. I've also installed Pam's Harvest Craft, which I hadn't realized was actually updated to 1.21. I'm guessing this storm probably won't do anything, and it looks like we have very low risk these next couple days. I may end up turning up the settings to be a bit more likely for stuff to actually occur, since I turned it down before the update, and I'm not sure how it'll affect it now, but that's something we can check later. To come out to the village here. And I want to get some kelp. That was something I wanted to get before, so I could start on create. That way I can get some of the hose pumps. Since it's been a bit, I'm actually forgetting what I wanted it for, so one of the first things I want to make with create is one of the little notebooks, so that I can actually keep down a list of stuff to do. Hope would also be good for any bubble elevators in the future though, so it's nice to have anyway. I'm hearing quite a lot of thunder. If I remember last time there was a tornado out this way, so we might still be hearing it. Actually, I think that's leftovers from the damage path right there. Did it just wipe out an Apotheosis tower, or is that bugging? Because I don't think it would have been strong enough to wipe out stone bricks. Oh, I'm guessing the Apotheosis Tower generated, and then the Applied Energistics Meteor generated, and that destroyed it, leading to these floating item frames here. Which is interesting. Just start out by taking a bit of a look around here, see if there's anything else interesting to see. Decent sized cave here. Oh wow, that actually goes pretty deep. Oh yeah, all the way down to Deep Slate. And pretty far down into it too. That'll be something to check out later. To see if I can find some of the Pam's Harvest Craft crops, but I don't know how far I'll need to go to find the generation with them. Because I know the storms probably generated chunks a decent bit out. Also disabled cheat mode, I had it in a super flat while I was testing stuff. Don't want to forget about it and accidentally cheat something in later. Let's see, do any of the mods add a recipe for saddle? I do not, because I would like to get a horse. Be a nice mode of transport for now. Hoping I also find a waystone somewhere around here. Now we do see a point of interest over there, so I'll make that the first destination. I think these are horse crops. Alright, so this means that they will generate around here, and here's some gardens. Alright, nice. Seems they only drop one thing now instead of the 3 that they used to. But this opens up a bunch more options for us food-wise. If it's updated, I would like to get the mod that gives the requirement to eat different types of food to actually stay healthy. But I can't remember what the name of that one is, to be honest. Right, that doesn't seem too useful. Slime balls I would take, same with iron. I think these are actually better than the iron leggings there, because of the extra health it'll give us. So I'll use them until they break, and then I'll switch back to the iron leggings. The plains are a forest biome over there. I'm not sure what it is with biomes of plenty in the newer versions, but there's a lot of fir and redwood biomes that I've noticed. Also take this opportunity here to get some coal, since it's out in the open. I think progressing through the game and getting better equipment will be the best thing to do though, as that will enable us to do whatever we'd want to. So the villagers mentioned at the beginning is probably the best idea. So, some yellow leaves over there, is that like a seasonal forest, I think? That would be quite nice if it is, because I always love those biomes. And it looks like a shipwreck down here, possibly. Not a shipwreck, but it does have some loot, so check it out. Let's see, what did these do? Okay, that seems really nice, so take those. Take the coal and tomato seeds. See if there's anything else here that's worth taking. Right, nothing else here really seems too valuable. Instant ally would be, so I'll leave the lanterns behind. I don't really need them. I think I need to run back to the village, otherwise I'll be caught out here at night. Unless there's another one on the mini-map, which I don't see. So now just to try and race back to the village. Definitely going to have mobs spawn, but hopefully I can get back there before too many of them do. Be it might be too late for that. Have to cover like 800 blocks in less than a minute if I was to get back there before mob spawn. Still will be nice to get back to somewhere safe though. With the low risk, I'm not expecting too much out of this storm, luckily. Ooh, that is so cool there. Still love how great this mod looks. There's a village waste down up there, I think from supplementaries. So it might point us to a second village. So I do want to check it. Yep, mobs are definitely starting to spawn now. Just have to be careful. If Apotheosis spawns some like that, it will definitely be an issue. Okay, so there's a village off that way. That would be across the water though, so that doesn't really help us. Okay, and we have to make a run from here as fast as we can. My water bucket here. I should get the bread back in the hotbar too. We did manage to escape from them. Apotheosis mini-boss is not something I want to fight in the open right now. Baby zombie and skeletons aren't exactly easy either, since I don't have much equipment. Just a couple hundred more blocks to go, and then I'll be back in safe territory. It looks like I'll be running right into the storm as well. Ow. I really need to improve water bucket clutching. Stuff like that happens way too often when I try to. Nearly to safety, and then we can use the waystone to get back to base. Storm's almost here as well. It's like we're basically racing it here. Thunder's sounding quite intense. I'm hoping it is just normal thunder. And we're back. Sleep and check radar. Oh. I could see a hook there. Okay, it looks like there might actually be a tornado with this. That looks like a tornado on the ground, and it might be heading straight this way. Okay. To say, I was not expecting that on a day with this risk. Let's get stuff put away and then see what we can do about it, which is not much. Quite intense on radar. And yeah, that is definitely a tornado up in there. It does appear to be heading straight my way. So I may get to test out that tornado shelter sooner than I expected. Hopefully not. Probably should get some stuff moved down here though, just in case. That just seems to be intensifying more and more. Might miss me slightly, like going over along that hill there. I think I'm going to just move my valuables chest here entirely down into the basement. Oh, wow. That thing is strong, but it's looking pretty stationary, honestly. I don't know if that's some type of bug or if it really is just stationary. Just need to keep an eye on it and hope it doesn't come this way. I do want to wire up a tornado sensor to a bell, though. Let's see if I have the materials for that. Hopefully that would be enough for it to walk. Would want it to be a continuous ringing, though. So let's try and set something up for that. So I'd want a piston and then a comparator. Which I don't think I'd actually have enough redstone for this and setting it up. I'm missing quartz too. That appears to be closing in, possibly. Definitely kind of anxiety-inducing, not knowing what it's doing. If it's still there in that exact same spot at the end of the day, I'm just going to use the command to kill all storms and assume it's bugged. Because I'd rather not have a permanent tornado sitting up there. Go ahead and convert this into a sticky piston. Then I'll be able to wire this up to a piston. So when it's detecting a tornado, it'll move a block in the way, and then a action signal will be constantly ringing the bell. It's basically just a discount tornado siren. Well, that's the idea at least. That appears to be dissipating, which is good. It's dissipating, and I'll trust it enough to go down and try and get some redstone and quartz needed for making the warning bell. Let me go into the mod config for seasons. Okay, so seasons config isn't available there. I'd like to see if it allows crops to grow at all during the non-fertile season, or if it's just slow. So I'm not sure what it is by default. Should have a bit of food at least. It is showing no risk for the next 3 days. Still not sure exactly how much I trust that, though. See, if I make a tank with water, would I be able to craft it with that? That would be far easier, and I don't have the redstone for it. Alright, so getting redstone, top priority. Let's wait for this food to cook up, or at least a little bit of it, and then go down and get some. Also, I might try and reinforce the roof a little bit here just to make it less likely to blow off. But I'm not certain about that. Go ahead and plant some potatoes too. And worry about getting a video farm later. Right now I just want to have a stable source of food for the future. Especially since I may have to regenerate damage from storms too, like hail damage. Let's go down. So, go down and try and get redstone, and then on the way back up, I'll make our stop in the nether to get some quartz. So, usual path to the mines here. Once I can get some emeralds, I'd like to craft a waystone just to set down in the mine, so I don't have to manually go down every time. It'll be worth a little bit of experience used. Seems there's some iron here I missed. That'll be nice. Lapis here. So good. See what's down here. Some more gold. Hopefully I find the redstone I'm looking for soon. Not sure exactly what the Regophonite is used for, but I might as well collect some. Maybe butchering that name, but it's a hard name to pronounce anyway. Down a bit deeper now, so more likely to find something here. More gold. Where's the redstone? Iron. Okay. Still not redstone. Probably going to see some over there. I was about to say I'll probably have to go through this entire cave before I see any. See if there's any more nearby. See some way over there and there, but I'd rather not go down with the creepers right now if I don't have to. And some diamonds, nice. So I think I actually could make a tornado siren on its own. I need 3 diamonds, but I might have one upstairs. Might be better than the bell anyway. Alright, got what we're looking for, so let's head up. A little bit of iron I missed here. Going into the waterlogged areas would also be good, but I'd rather have Exploration and Depth Strider before I do that. Total Helmet helps, but not quite as good as I'd want to go in there for a long period of time, and doors are a bit annoying to use for something like that. Also just realized that it's completely night out. Hopefully we can get to bed and sleep before too many mobs spawn. I'll make the trip to the Nether some other time. Especially if we can just make a tornado siren. And safely in bed. Okay, this is a bit higher, but still nothing much. And we did not have any diamonds here. Alright. It's fine. Do want to upgrade that chest, though. I should probably see if I can get some basic ore doubling soon. So since I don't have fortune, I do need to make the most out of the ores I have. Alright, enrichment chamber, that shouldn't be too hard to make, and that'll give us some more iron. Don't know if I have any steel cooked up, so I'll need to go check that. Okay, perfect. Have enough steel for now, and plenty of coal coke to make more later. The other mechanism machine. Where did I place it? Still down in the cave, might be. So this would be osmium and redstone. What else would I need for the steel casing? Another osmium eye. I'll go check the machines back over here, and if it is, move it into the base, because it might still be hooked up to the lava generator here. Okay, it is. So, can go ahead and take this back to base. I'll leave the lava generator there in case I need some sort of emergency power, but I don't think it'll be useful. Switch the connection. And use the osmium here. Let's see, do I have glass? Yes, I do. So once these are infused, that'll be what I need. There we go, not or doubling, but it will still increase our yield a decent bit. Would like to get some better energy conduits for in here. I think I can solve that at least somewhat if I get some clay. So I need to find some here. I've dug up most of it in this area. Hopefully there's some still left around here. If not, I should be able to craft some from the slag from the steel smelter. And here's some. Just in case we need more, I'll check. I'm not seeing any more in this area, so hopefully this is enough. And yet another wandering trader. Really surprised with this spawn right here. Nothing to really worry about, so I'll grab the leather and leads. And you could stay there, I guess. So if I was to get the LV relay, that should work. Use it then to split the power. Also need some more of the LV connectors, so all this clay will actually make the perfect amount then. So connect it probably to over here, I'm guessing, would be a good spot. So here's some copper. And I think that'll be enough to make it. Alright, here's the relay. I have some wire coils in here, which is good. I do need some more wire coils there. So let's craft some more. And then the LV connectors. And there we go. And we can have all of our machines hooked up here. We want to get a proper machine shed though at some point. Now we have the stuff to enrich our ores. And I'll also upgrade this to an iron chest just to give it a bit more storage space. Would this go in? No, it wouldn't. Osmium should be fine, yeah. So, grab all the ones to process. Is zinc set up to work in it? No, it isn't. Let's see, bauxite, would it work? No, that's just to be smelted. Okay, so that's all the resources we have to process. And I'll just put a chest here for them. We're slowly gaining energy. We do want to get more windmill sails to get even more. Alright, so need to harvest the industrial hemp here. And make some more of the windmill sails. Should be enough for at least two here, I'd think. And 3 of them. I do want to add them up in groups of 2 though, just to make it look a bit better, so bring these 2 up, and then I just need 1 more. I do also want to get some more stuff from the weather mod. I would like to get an actual radar up, and then I can enable the setting that requires radar for actually using this. However, I didn't want that on immediately just to make the other game a bit nicer. Right, so go ahead and sleep, and then I want to do some finishing on the interior here, and then start on the little machine shed, I think. And then I can also get villagers in there. Right, so what do I want for the roof? Could do spruce planks here. I think that would look nice in here. Not sure for this room though. So I would like to get the sawmill to get a bit more out of my wood. Right, so that'll be pretty easy to get. I think I can also get more out of my redstone if I enrich it, so I will do that. Okay, so what else do I need? 4 steel, and then I'll need iron. And everything else I'll be able to just get up here. See, how much will this give me in here? 8. Okay, that's very nice. So I'll make 4 of the infused alloy, and then I'll make 2 of the sockets. So I'll need some of the osmium here. We'll need to get some speed upgrades in here as well. Actually thinking, just going to move the iron's chest up for ease of use. I'm thinking an iron chest should have more resistance against wind than a normal chest. And hopefully that would be enough to save it. Let me check, if not I'll set it a bit higher. Okay, yeah, that is far higher. So, I think if we make our chests, the iron chests up here, we'll be fine. Unless something really strong comes through. I'm curious if treated wood has higher as well. No, that seems pretty standard for wood. Hi. Could check more out later, I guess. And that should be what we need here. I do need more glass, so I need to get more sand. Would like to get a crusher because I think I can crush cobble eventually into sand. Check just to make sure. Okay, crush gravel into sand and cobble into gravel, so that does work. And cobble's easy enough to farm, so that'll be our eventual source of sand. So we have that able to be running. So it's pretty easy to get a cobbled farm going. See some pillagers over there, I'm just going to let them be. Hopefully they'll go off and despawn on their own. So I am draining energy, but this has a fairly large storage, so it should be fine. I can always add another windmill if I need to. Harvest the hemp again, it goes quite fast, and we have our answer on crops. It does seem it does go in the off-season, which is good. Be quite annoying otherwise. And to make the last windmill sail here. That will finish it off. We will need wool though to make the radome, so we can keep harvesting the hemp for that, and eventual other windmills. So they are quite a nice source of power for now. And they do look nice and fit the kind of Tornado Alley aesthetic. That should be what we need to craft the sawmill. Once we get the control sockets out of there. And there we go. Now just need the connector and wire. Wonderful sound of machinery. So this can be used for the roof in here. It'll also add an extra layer of security. Although I think the walls would go before the roof would anyway. Speaking of, I do want to check how strong bricks are. $144, alright. So, they should hold up fairly nicely then. I don't know what the average strength of tornadoes is in this mod, but that would require a fairly strong one. And the roof section here is done. Once I can actually get an area to put some of the other stuff, I'll focus on making this area look better. Right now, I just want to have everything be functional. Guess I'll put spruce up here too. It should work. And now I'll clear out some of the grass out here to plan for the next building. Well, I want to plant some spruce saplings too. And then I want to go get some redwood after sleeping. I can keep that for the floors, because I like the way it's looking. Looks like the wood's done processing there. Let's see, what can we do with sawdust? Turning it into paper. Okay. Sawdust flooring, that'll be interesting to see. Another paper recipe. Fiberboard. What would that be used for? Oh, plank equivalent. Alright then, I think that'll probably be what we save it for. Oh, we need resin. Yeah, that might just be more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, okay. Good idea, but more trouble than it's worth. I can still keep it in there for now. We'll convert some oak logs into some planks though. And continue processing ores. Good thing about wind power is it doesn't have to be day to run. How do I make the clipboard? And it's that alloyed paper acacia. That is really easy to do. But no, acacia, nice. I guess I was just saying what I was seeing there. So I can make a paper from the sawdust here, that'll probably just be the use for it. Do I have andesite for it? I do not, so I need to mine more. Nice, we've also got a spruce tree grown, which will be progress. Won't need much andesite alloy right now, as I'm not going to go too deep into create. Just going to make a clipboard for now. But might as well create whatever the zinc here will let us. And then clipboard. Alright, so to-do list. So build machine shed. And then bring villagers. Set up a proper farm. Let's see, what else would be good? Setting up an actual tornado siren. I think that'll be a to-do list for now. I am kind of tempted to add the mine colonies mod, so that could be something to add by next time. Although I might just do something similar, but just manually building everything. So let's see where we would want a machine building. Probably up over here. I would like to get some actual clay for that though. Want to keep the brick aesthetic, but it's just too expensive to be getting it where I am. And I can only get so much slag from steel production. It's not Factoria will be needing endless amounts of steel or anything. So let's see, what would be available recipes for it? Mystical agriculture would be an option. Let's see, anything else? Not really seeing anything that actually gives a good chance at it right now. So I'm thinking mystical agriculture will be the way here. Which, this is one of the reasons I have it, is to allow me to farm some more annoying resources like this. So, let's see, I need... let me go ahead and clear that. So I need water seeds and dot seeds. I might as well get a watering can as well. So, water essence. That'll be pretty easy to make. Clay balls, gravel. Slag recipe to clay not even exists right now. I seem to remember that being a thing. I guess not. Well, it won't be hard to just get a little bit of clay. I'll go out to the village and check one of the rivers out here. And here's some right away. And some more over here. Nice. If I can get clay naturally, I will do it, but it's just such a tedious resource to get any large amounts of. I know you can buy bricks from villagers, but I forget if you can buy clay from them. I don't think you can, but I could be remembering wrong. So dirt, gravel, and then the clay. So I need to go get some more gravel, which I should be able to just get from the riverbed over here. And now just to craft 4 times. We'll also need some of the prosperity ore, which I have passed since I hadn't needed it yet. I think there's some just inside the little cave here. Ethereum ore here, we'll need some of it, though I might already have enough. But there's some prosperity ore not too deep in here. Just need to find where it is. Might be down in this little hole here. It is. And that'll be enough for the couple seeds we need. Fall in the hole there, luckily didn't take any damage. Also harvest the industrial hemp because I'm pretty sure I need a decent amount of wool to craft the altar stuff. Put as much as I can into string and then into wool. Put wool up in here for lack of a better place. I'll go ahead and make my prosperity seeds. And that'll be what I need here. Let's see what I need for these pedestals and altars. So I'll need 8 pedestals and 1 altar here, so I also need to smelt some cobble into actual stone. And I'll need gold too. I don't think that will be enough. So 9 bed wool. I need to get a couple more poppies. Go ahead and sleep. Looks like we have a couple storms forming directly overhead. Some of the structural glass here from Mechanism might be good for actual windows, just because I'm guessing it's quite a bit stronger. Let's see. We also want to see what the strength is of the framed blocks. So it seems it is comparable to just wood, and I'm guessing that is the same even if it has cobble in it then. Just a bit of a shame, but kind of as expected. Let's see, how would I make this a speed upgrade? I forget. Exact recipe here. Alright, but I know that does increase energy cost by quite a lot, so I'd want to get some energy upgrades too. So I don't really have the stuff for that yet. We have quite a few storms here spawning at once. Start smelting gold here after this. We'll need 18 gold then. Actually, I'll only need to smelt 14 of this with that. Just to try and get it done a bit quicker. So, altar, and then 8 pedestals. So, only 4 more stone need to be smelted there. I'll have to keep an eye on the storm because it looks like it's forming an area of rotation right above me. So if it doesn't move much, that could end up touching down over time. It's definitely not something I want to happen right now. We have half the altars we need. Actually going to put the seeds here down in the basement just to make sure they don't possibly get destroyed. So these are a bit more valuable than the seeds out here. Definitely quite a strong storm here. And it might be trying to drop a tornado out on top of us. I think that's where it would end up if it is. Definitely some strong winds. We may have a tomato directly on top of us right here. Alright, I'm going to craft an anemometer so that I can see wind speed. So it won't work indoors, but let me set it outside. Oh, there's a patient. We're just really missing this funnel here. That is really winding coming down here. That's definitely a bit too close for comfort. Let's go ahead and put the anemometer right outside here. I don't quite like the idea of being able to see a tornado right outside my window. But here we go. We have the infusion altar and the pedestals. And I think we needed the wand, so Ethereum, stick, and I think just diorite or something will work. Storm's looking quite strong over there too. Considering how close it is, I'm going to run over and take a look. Because this is definitely the closest tornado we've had to base by quite a bit. Get touched down just right over this hill here. Not really seeing much damage. Looks like it's probably pretty weak then. Because I'd think I'd be able to see some leaves gone at least. Still, definitely quite stressful there for a moment. I know it probably wouldn't be enough to actually sweep my base on touchdown, but it's not exactly good to have it on top of you anytime, even if it is weak. Actually wonder if we could get a power flash from it wiping out the cable there. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't have integration, but wouldn't know for sure. Alright, seems like the Wandering Trader here despawned. Bit of a shame, but kind of expected that as well. Go ahead and get temporary altars set up here. We have our water seeds, and then we'll have our dark seeds here in a second. And take them into plant. So eventually, that will turn into craftable clay. Which will be quite nice. I will be ending a little bit early here. So we had a tornado scare and progressed our machines, so we've made a decent bit of progress here. And so I will end here and see you next stream. Bye.